Do you know how to Korea?
How to Korea?
How to Korea?
How to Korea?
Out of Korea.
How to Korea? This is How to Korea.
Alright, welcome to another episode of How to Korea. We are on episode number 7?
8.
Number 8. This is number 8.
This is number 8.
So we're 8 weeks in, because we're released, 7 or 8 weeks in, around.
Yeah.
2 months in. Okay.
Feels like a lifetime.
Yeah. Welcome. I'm James. This is Ian. And today we're going to have another episode where we just talk about living in Korea, surviving here. Ian's going to introduce the episode, and then we're going to switch back to me real quick because I just want to do a couple of shout outs. Ian can do a few as well.
Okay guys, what's up? 안녕하세요, 여러분. Today's episode, we're going to be covering hobbies again because we touched on it on the last one, but we didn't have time to finish it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do part 2 of the hobbies and how to have fun and how to have a good time in Korea. How to waste your money. Not everything's wasting money.
No.
Some of the hobbies are free, hiking and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to touch on that. We're also going to be discussing at the end of this podcast, we want to get to the low birth rate and the low marriage rates in Korea because we didn't do that in the first one.
And sorry to interrupt, but when a lot of these activities, you spend less money on the activities and more money on drinking after the activities.
Yes.
Because it's like part of the ritual in South Korea.
Yes.
So just before I forget, I want to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll touch on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the plan for today. Hopefully we can get through it. Go through the hobbies and then touch on the topic of the week because we didn't discuss it last week. So we're going to touch on that, the low birth rate because that's
a big issue.
It's a problem.
Yeah. Before that, there's a couple of shout outs that I want to do. The first one is to username Ravy7638. He or she, I'm not going to assume any genders. They left a comment.
They, them.
Left a comment on our YouTube that says, thank you, finally found a video that shows how to follow navigation step by step. I'm visiting Korea soon, can't wait, definitely saving this video, super helpful, right? And thank you, right? That's what we're here for, and thank you for watching. We're glad that it was very helpful. If you do come to Korea and you have any other questions, you can always DM us on Instagram, you can email us, and all the links are on our YouTube, so feel free to do that. But thanks for watching, thanks for leaving a comment, and it's good to know that we're helping people, right? That's kind of
at least we helped one guy.
At least one. Yeah. I know we're helping some other people out there, but y'all not leaving comments. I know that's the case too.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Leave a comment. I can't see who you are. Just see your username, right? And then there's another shout out. We can't really find the username or which platform we received this message on, but it's about the pizza. Yeah, as you guys know, we've been uploading some reels, and what we do is we take some clips from our podcast because I know some of y'all don't got attention spans to listen for an hour, so we just take like the little bits from our podcast.
Yeah, we get it. We understand.
Oh, we get it. I do the same thing.
We're busy.
Yeah.
We're busy. Everyone's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we tried now with the reels and the shorts on YouTube and all of that. It's a first for us, so we're still learning and trying to figure out like what's working and what's not working. Yeah. But we posted the one about the pizza and like the strange Korean pizzas that you get and all the toppings and stuff. And one of the guys commented on one of the platforms, I don't know, I can't remember. And he said like he enjoyed the Korean pizza, but he did admit that they were quite strange, like some of those pizzas. Which is true, like they're crazy strange, but not all of them are bad.
No. So, I mean, once you get used to it too, it's kind of just like you eat it, right? Like,
I know other foreigners that love those pizzas, but I'm such a picky eater, so that's why I hate most of it.
The whole sweet potato crust still doesn't vibe with me.
Cheese crust is nice though.
They have cheese crust, but they also have sweet potato crust.
Ew.
What?
Ew.
You? Oh, I thought you said you. I'm like, no, I don't like
you.
that, bro. but they do. Actually, in the crust, not as bad as on the actual pizza.
The sweet potato?
Yeah, because it gives it like a sweet kind of taste in the crust. Because the crust is usually just like, oh, fuck, I don't want to eat the crust, but you do, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you have something in there, it's kind of just like, okay, it's a bit more edible, right? So it's not terrible. And then I want to do one last shout out to, I was on Instagram the other day, I was looking at reels, and I know Google is listening. You assholes, you guys are listening.
But we're also doing it because like we're trying to research,
Well, yeah, we're doing research, but and what I'm starting to get on a lot of my reels, on my recommended reels, are like reels and posts about foreigners living in Korea, right? And one of them that I ran into, the reel itself was, and I'm sure Ian can try to pull this up. I don't know if it's possible if you can just show like.
I'll do it.
He'll try. He's our master editor. He's
Yeah.
the one that's editing and adding all this shit.
Meanwhile, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing good, bro. I like that little broccoli emoji you put in the shorts. It was good. It was good. But if we can show this clip, we'll show it. If not, go check out Tahmina Azlanova on Instagram. First of all, Tahmina, I was looking at your posts, and if you do ever watch this podcast and you do decide that it's worth it, we would love to have you as a guest on this show, because we're always looking for other people's perspectives, other foreigners' perspectives of living in Korea, and you seem to kind of have it down, right? So the reel I'm looking at right now is, tell me you in Korea without telling me you are in Korea. And what she's showing is the hallway of an apartment building, right? And what you see is she kind of just zooms and pans across.
Yeah.
And what you see are just a bunch of packages outside people's doors. Yeah. So here, I don't know if you can see it, but you just see like water bottles and packages and stuff. And it's like, I know I'm in Korea. I see that and I relate automatically, right? Yeah. So it's like she has a bunch of posts and like, Korea's living in 2050. And then she talks about like the bidet and like automatically opening toilets, right? And, it's a lot of things that we've talked about, a lot of things that we think are comfortable about South Korea too. Yeah. And just seeing this and being able to relate is awesome, right? Yeah. So for our viewers, feel free to check her out. You'll see a lot of the good things.
What's her name again?
Tahmina Azlanova. So I'll tag her on either on YouTube, on our description.
Yeah, check the description.
Yeah, check the description. We're gonna have her Instagram ID on there. Tahmina, we're not asking for a shout out or anything because you got a lot of followers. We're not asking you to do that, but if for some reason you are in Ulsan, we'd love to have you as a guest just to see your perspective, right?
Do it now, because maybe in the future, maybe you want us to shout you out again.
Maybe,
you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, Tahmina, yeah. If that's your name, I think it is Tahmina Azlanova, but yeah. Hop on the bandwagon.
I saw another video, and tell me you're in Korea without telling me you're in Korea. Yeah. Also just pops up somewhere.
Yeah.
And this guy, maybe I'll tag him. I can't remember where I saw it, but like on the street corners, they install the lights onto the pavement. Yeah. So the caption was something about for the phone zombies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. So obviously not just kids, but I'm sure like safety for kids is huge in Korea. Yeah. Like it's the penultimate in Korea. And you'll see that most of the street corners, especially like big crossings and whatever, on the pavement of the corner, right, you'll see there's lights built into the road that show green, red, and whatever. So when it's fine to walk or stop or whatever.
It's installed right where the white lines for is that the crosswalk? I forgot the word for it.
Crosswalk, yeah.
Yeah, the white lines on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you know what we call that in South Africa?
What?
The zebra crossing.
That actually makes sense. Yeah. Not like you fucking Bob's your uncle. That still doesn't make sense to me. But zebra crossing makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. So along that white line, you'll see the light on the actual cement.
Yeah. Right on the edge of the pavement, you'll see the green lights and the red lights installed.
And it's super helpful. Even if you're not on your phone, if you're just kind of looking down, you don't want to be looking around.
Like if you're sad and you're not having
just
a good
pouting,
day.
it's like, fuck, today was terrible. Oh, green light, let me cross.
Yeah. Makes you feel better.
A little bit.
All right. Any other shout outs?
No, I think in terms of shout outs, we're good. I think convenience wise. Yeah, check out the other people's Instagrams, check out our posts, check out our how-tos. Thank you. We've shout outs to everybody still watching. Shout outs to our new subscribers.
Yeah.
We're still continuing to grow, and it's always lovely to see that. It's very motivating.
Yeah,
to see
it is
people
motivating.
Watching our things, right? So, it gives us a new kind of wind behind our sails to keep this going.
It makes it worth it for me to sit at 2 a.m. and doing edits and stuff like that.
This dude texts me at like 12 and 1 in the morning. He's like, yo, what about this? Oh, and I got to do this. And here's the timeline for this. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, bro. I'll do it. But yeah, he's a hard worker. He works hard on these. And, and it shows in the quality of the videos. The quality, dude.
Well, that's the best we can do with like 2 smartphones, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, we got 2 smartphones, 1 mic off Tangan, 1 that we borrowed from somebody.
Yeah.
A notebook that you actually invested in. You actually bought this laptop.
I needed one.
Yeah,
but I thought let's invest properly and get a proper one.
Yeah. But we're pretty low budget. Like we're not super high budget. That being said, we would love to have like an actual film crew in here at some point. But
And someone who can take over these edits, please.
oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. There won't be any pay for now, but
For now.
you know, you'll be part of the team, the How to Korea team.
Yeah.
So
We'll give you a t-shirt.
yeah. We gotta start designing some shit.
We have
too.
to. Yeah. Sound like the South African government. That's how they win elections. They just give everyone a t-shirt.
Oh, you just give it out.
That's ridiculous. Don't
What
get
does
me
that have,
started.
like the president's face on it? It's like,
Something
"Ooh,
yeah,
vote for me?"
the ANC and then the president's face, and it's like,
Seriously?
oh, cool. I don't have water, but I get a free T-shirt.
Jesus
You've got my
Christ,
vote.
bro. Do you have water problems in South Africa?
Huge.
Really?
Yeah.
Like because there's not enough water or not enough clean water?
There's not enough water. Like Cape Town a few years ago, Cape Town. When my sister was living there, they had problems. There was like no water at all. Nothing.
Is South Africa arid?
No, some parts, like we have so many different climates and so many different areas.
Oh.
But like, yeah, Cape Town was struggling with water. Like, even people from, I remember when I was a teacher at the high school,
Oh.
we had this project where we would ship water from, like people buy bottles of water or you fill bottles of water and then you put it on the truck and then they ship it down to Cape Town just to go help out the people in Cape Town.
I don't mean to be racist, but the only thing I've seen about Africa and water is like literally those kids in the deserts
Yeah,
that
the
don't
dirty
have
water, yeah.
and they're drinking dirty water, or they get these huge shipments of
Yeah,
water.
sure.
from the
No,
Red
South
Cross.
Africa's not that bad, no.
Okay.
Some areas we do have drinking water.
So that's North Africa? Like all those TV commercials you see about there's poor starving kids in Africa.
That can be anywhere, dude.
Is it?
That can be anywhere.
It just looks like the middle of the desert. Like
Yeah.
kids are living there in like these
That
hut
should be like
villages.
mostly North Africa's desert, because in the middle of Africa, close to the equator, a lot of that's just jungle, right? The Congo, the DRC,
Okay.
and then a little bit south of that, you get the dry, arid areas, like you have the Namibian desert,
What's DRC?
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Oh, so Congo is a country in South Africa.
No, it's in the middle of Africa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a city or
It's a country.
it's a country?
The Congo.
We're talking about South African continent.
South Africa. No,
No,
South Africa's
shit.
the continent.
Africa's the continent. South
South
Africa.
Africa is the country on
Right.
the southern tip of Africa.
And then you have another country in between, Congo.
We have
Many countries.
many countries in between. Yeah.
Egypt is also in Africa. Or
North Africa.
North
yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, my geography
Geography,
sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. I only know U.S. geography. But okay, so that's where so that's where like all the drugs and the guns and like you see in the movies, the Congo and the jungle and shit,
And Nigeria.
and Nigeria,
Yeah, like those ones.
blood diamonds.
Blood Diamond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you like experience any of that shit?
No, bruh.
No. I mean, not like were you part of the fucking blood diamond trade, but I mean like
Guns and stuff?
Did you see people rolling out in trucks with machine guns and like
Never.
nothing like that?
I've you know what, it used to be bad. I'm sure it still is. You know those like cash in transit vans, the coin vans that keep like the money. Those armored
for the
vehicles.
ATMs.
Yeah. That's terrible in South Africa.
What do you mean it's terrible?
Like you have guys in trucks and vans and stuff that go and bomb those things in the middle of the highway.
Oh shit!
Take over, shoot them,
Oh,
and
shit.
bomb them. They put a bomb somewhere and then blow this thing up. You see money flying everywhere.
Oh shit!
That's real.
It's like fucking movies.
Yeah, that shit's real. Scary
shit.
shit. In the middle of intersections, you name it, anywhere, they just do it.
And you saw that in real life?
I didn't see that, no.
Oh.
I was close to where my school was,
Oh.
right? A few times that happened, because right next to my school there's a highway that you get on the highway, right?
Yeah.
And I think it happened twice while I was working there. And then you hear gunshots in the distance, da 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 da, just going crazy.
Jesus.
And I tell kids, get down.
Yeah.
And then later you find out, no, cash in transit on the on-ramp or whatever.
Do you have any school shootings in South Africa?
Mm,
Or like taking kids hostages? Like terrorists doing that kind of stuff?
No, I don't
No.
think, no.
Just, I mean, you hear gunshots near the school, and I automatically jump to school shootings.
Sure.
That's fucking
Well, you're
you know?
American,
Yeah.
No, it's not as prevalent as America.
Okay.
Not even close.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't make news or anything.
Mm.
Anyway, let's get back to the topic.
Yeah, we're gonna start the topic. Just beforehand, I'd like to apologize because I am kind of sick, so my voice is kind of nasally and
Yeah.
maybe annoying to some listeners. So I apologize in advance.
I don't know if I can edit that. I don't know. We'll see.
You can try, but no, it's fine. It is what it is. It shows that we're putting in work.
We are. No sick days.
No sick days.
No sick days.
No sick days. All right. So hobbies and entertainment. I think last time we talked briefly about hiking.
Mm-hmm.
So hiking is free for the most part. Again, as we mentioned previously, I think it's what comes after the hiking that's expensive. So it depends if you're going by yourself or you're going with. Usually, if you go with a group of Korean people,
Yeah.
you never finish with just hiking. you go hiking so that you can go eat and drink after. Like that's kind of the ultimate
But
goal.
it's so good to eat something
course,
after a
bro.
huge hike. There. You
And
know what my
usually-
best meal was after hiking?
Yeah.
My
like a bowl
favorite
of
meal.
soup.
Yeah. What is it? Tokguk.
Oh yeah, rice
Cake soup.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
With dumplings.
Oh fuck yeah, it's good. And you can make this shit at home too. It's not hard.
I do,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really not.
I've
hard.
tried, but it's just not the same as those ajumas making it in the shop.
You know what it is you're missing the MSG, bro. Oh, there's so much MSG in that. You eat that and your face is like,
because it's so good.
oh yeah, that's why it's so good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And also, when you go hiking, like I see some of those the old people when they go hiking,
Yeah.
they take a little bottle of makgeolli up in the mountain as well.
yeah. So on top of the mountain, so what they'll do is they'll finish climbing the mountain.
Yeah.
And on the peak, they whip out like a blanket, lay everything down,
Yeah.
and you see bottles of fucking soju.
And little
makgeolli.
tangerines,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Makgeolli, for those who don't know, makgeolli is rice wine.
fermented rice.
Fermented rice wine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so-
like a white milky liquid thing,
Wine. Yeah.
and I like it.
Oh, it's good.
It's good, man.
But
And
you
you
get
get
a
different.
massive hangover.
Yeah,
Oh.
the different flavors. Like, so another thing about the Korean people, for some reason, when it rains, it's pancake day, Korean pancake.
Right. So
John,
you
was
don't
it?
know why?
I don't know why now.
Okay. So this is super interesting. Once you hear why, you'll never unhear it.
Okay.
So you know how when you hear the sound of rain?
Yeah.
You know what the sound of rain sounds like, right? Obviously. When you fry Korean pancakes in oil, it's the same exact sound. You think it's a little bit different, but it's the same exact sound. If you
What?
close your eyes and you were to hear Korean pancakes being fried on one hand
Yeah.
and rain on the other hand, you would not be able to tell the difference. You won't.
I'm gonna test that theory.
Imagine and like
I
when
can
you-
imagine it, but
yeah, when you fry Korean pancakes, you're not putting in a little bit of oil. It's a lot of oil.
yeah, that thing is quite oily.
And you're just dumping it. You're not like deep frying it, but
Mm.
at the same time, it's like it's not covered in a layer of oil.
No.
But it's like halfway covered,
Yeah.
right? So you're gonna hear that sizzling. But something about those sounds, it sounds just
Sounds like rain.
It sounds just like rain. So when you're on like Instagram
That's
next
so
time,
interesting.
Yeah, when you
yeah, I'm gonna search a video.
and you'll see a video,
Yeah.
right? If you search for it, you'll hear that sound and be like, "Oh shit, that sounds like rain." So that's why
People
eat that.
So then they're like, oh, it sounds like John outside.
Yeah, it sounds like rain. So let me eat. Yeah, it sounds like pancakes outside. Oh, chon is the word Ian used is pancakes. That's how you say
Korean
pancakes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Kimchi
chon.
John.
Yeah.
What's the other ones? There's
There's
a
so
many.
many. There's so many.
I like that. I didn't like it that much because, like I said, I'm a picky eater, right?
No.
But
Oh, hold up. This motherfucker. Sorry, I'm gonna let you get back to that. Recently at our academy, it was White Day. We got to talk about White Day too for a little bit later.
okay.
But White Day is basically the Valentine's Day equivalent for men. Men receive gifts. And I bought this cake. And it was a strawberry cream cake. Literally, it just had cream, strawberries, and bread. And this motherfucker wouldn't eat the strawberries because and that's how picky he is. I'm trying to get to the point of he's so picky that he took out all the strawberries from the cake.
I shared it.
First, you took it out. I didn't say you threw it away. I'm just saying you
Yeah.
took it out.
I knew someone was gonna eat it, man.
Oh, of course, and the
Yeah.
girls and the women, and they were like, "Yeah, you know, if you're not gonna," and like some people already knew,
Yeah.
right? And they were like, "Yeah, just give me. I know you don't need fruit, so give me that." But I was like, "This guy doesn't eat strawberries. Like, who doesn't eat strawberries?" But that's how much of a picky eater
Yeah.
he is. So
You know what the worst was, especially on strawberries? I was working at a kindergarten, and then once a year the kindergarten would go and do strawberry picking,
Yeah,
right? And now they also want to take a lot of photos
Yeah.
for the social media and the moms and whatever. So then they have these cute photos with the kids hand the teacher a strawberry, and,
and
you
you
must
have to.
like,
Eat.
fuck, I hate
Did
it.
you eat it?
Yeah, man. I ate it, turn around, fucking spat it out.
What don't you like about strawberries? Is the texture?
I think
the
it's
flavor?
the texture that gets me home.
What about like pineapples?
No, same. The only fruits that I do eat is apples and bananas.
But there's such different textures.
I know. I'm not crazy about them, but yeah, like
That's so,
I will eat it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, going back to the John.
So the
you were
John,
saying you're
right?
a picky eater, yeah.
Picky eater, but when it comes to the pancake, the only ones that I really do quite enjoy, I went to one place in Chungju, this
Yeah.
old lady also, but we were drinking quite a lot of makgeolli, so I think anything tastes good at that point.
Yeah.
But the makgeolli was great, banana flavored makgeolli.
Yeah.
and it's like cold, almost frozen. So it was good. And they cooked the pancake, but it was like almost crispy.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a little bit overcooked, a little bit crispy. And that was amazing.
Yeah.
That's how I like it. It was a kimchi jeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we talk about jeon, there's a lot of different flavors. First of all, the main one is called pajeon. And pa is scallion.
Scallion.
Yeah, so
Okay.
scallion. So what you'll see, and it's different styles across different areas of Korea.
Yeah.
Wait, are we recording on everything? Did you check all the phones?
Yeah.
Let me just. Yeah.
I'll keep chatting.
This one's recording.
All right.
That one you check, right? We did this last time, and I just
Yeah.
want to make sure. We're
No, we want to make sure.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, pajeon is the. You can see we're still new at this.
Scallions, right?
Yeah, scallions.
Okay.
And so there's two different styles. One of them is you chop them up into the rings, and you put them into a batter, and you fry them. The other one is you take these long strips. Sometimes you take the whole strip of scallion,
Okay.
and you just add batter, and you fry it like that too.
Oh, I've seen that. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. So that's the main one, and then from that you get a lot of different varieties.
What is that one called with the squid? Oh, octopus or squid or something.
That's just called ojingwajeon, squid jeon.
Squid John?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's not bad, but I just pick the squid out and eat. Those are-
Oh, so this is what I'm getting to, right?
Okay.
So the base is pajeon, right? So you get this big round pancake. It's about the size of your face, basically, right? And it's a big
Small
round
pizza.
pancake. Yeah, it's a small pizza,
Yeah.
basically. Same exact size.
Yeah.
And usually the base is scallion and then the batter, but a lot of people add a lot of different things to it. So some people, like I like to add shrimp
Yeah.
because it's actually really good with shrimp. Some people add squid, like you said, but,
But
I don't think it's squid.
there's like green. What is the green leafy stuff in that? What is that called?
The green leafy stuff.
Yeah. So most of the time when I eat that, like the base of it, like the batter, there's like green, some
That's probably
vegetable.
The scallion, no?
No, green vegetable.
Scallions are green vegetables. What?
Uh,
What does it look like? Is it like a leaf?
yeah.
Like a round leaf like this?
No.
Does it look like the spades in cards?
No, not when it's mixed up and stuff. I don't know. It's just like a random shapes and whatever.
That's the scallion.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So what they do is what you eat usually what you're accustomed
But
to.
you said like something like make it in small little.
Sometimes, but that's not the most common one. Is
Oh.
they'll either use the full strip, or what they'll do is they'll cut the green parts off,
Okay.
and then they'll cut it into long pieces.
Oh, okay.
And that's where you'll see those green strips.
Yeah, I
That's
don't like that.
Yeah, it's a scallion. That's why you don't like it. Probably.
So when I eat the John,
You just
I
eat the
just
squid.
pick that out and try and get some
That's
pancake.
the whole point
only
of the fucking
pancake.
jeon, though. Like that's what the jeon is. But yeah, so what you ate, it probably wasn't. Is squid? I don't think it's octopus. It's squid.
Probably
right?
is, yeah.
Squid legs usually.
Maybe,
they put
yeah.
in squid
It
legs.
looks like
and
squid legs,
chunks, yeah. So the most common ingredients are either squid or shrimp,
Yeah.
right? And then from
Yes,
their
yes.
base, from that base, you get a variety of other jeons. So pajeon being the most basic and common one.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you get 감자전, which is potato pancake. And you get these slices of potatoes. Either that's one. The other one is you grind up these potatoes and then you make a pancake with that starch,
Oh, that sounds
that
interesting.
batter. And
Yeah.
it's good. It's good.
I think I prefer that one.
Yeah, and like it has a different texture. And
What's that one? Kamja. No,
감자전. 감자전.
Kamja is potato in Korean,
Yeah, 감자.
and one of my favorite food is kamjatang.
See, but there's no. So I know we're supposed to talk about hobbies. We're getting into
Yeah,
food, but I
sorry.
think we should. Hold on, let me finish with jeons first, and then
Okay.
we'll go into 감자. So the thing about jeons is you've got the pajeon, which is the basic one, and then in Korea they have this ceremony where it's like a funeral ceremony that you do every year. So what you do
For who?
for the people who passed away
Oh, all the
in your
deceased.
family.
Okay, yeah.
So for the deceased, it's almost like a celebration. But what it is
Almost like what's that Mexican one?
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead.
No, it's
No?
different. Day of the Dead is like this happy parade, drinking party event.
Yeah.
This one is called 제사. And 제사, what this is there's a table, and on the table you have a variety of different foods. And this is a Buddhist thing. Like
Okay.
Christian people don't do this.
Mhm.
But if you're Buddhist or if you're atheist, a lot of Korean people will do this. And what you do is you set up different dishes. And the idea being every year on the day that the person who passed away, they come and visit your home. So what you do is you share a meal with them. You prepare a meal for them, and then you do the ceremony where you bow and you do all those things.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing is basically giving them time to eat. And then after everything is finished, you eat that food, so you share the meal together. Right? That's my understanding. I might be somewhat wrong, but that's the general idea.
Mo, let us know.
Mo, I need to talk to you about coming on this show too. I want you as a guest here too, by
Yeah.
the way. I got to talk to you.
So you can sit here and help us and not tell us later.
Yeah, exactly. We might have you more than once. But during that ceremony, the reason I'm talking about this is because they have a lot of different chuns, right? So pancake chun, but then they also have shrimp chun, but it's a little bit different. It's not a pancake anymore. It's basically a long strip of shrimp, and you dip it in batter, and then you deep fry it. So you do that with shrimp. You do that with long strips of squid. You can do that with something called 동그랑땡, which is like this round. It's like a Korean meatball, but it's round and flat.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like it's good, right?
It's not
like,
bad, yeah.
Yeah. But they wrap that around egg yolk, and then they cook that, and like there's a lot of different chuns.
Okay.
And that's kind of where the base of the chuns came from. Is that they used it for these ceremonies, and then it just kind of became part of Korean food, as far as I know, right?
Okay.
Now,
And the 감자.
yeah, now we're gonna go to 감자탕. So
Yeah.
감자탕, I thought of it too because 감자 is potato, and you see potatoes. There's like two halves of a potato in the soup,
Yeah.
right? So you would think 감자탕 is because of the potatoes, but from what my understanding, it has to do with the cut of meat that goes in there.
The backbone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And something about that relates to 감자. Like it doesn't have to do with potatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a very false leading name, but it's not.
Okay, so then you have the similar one without the potatoes. That's called 해장국.
Yes,
The
and that's a
hangover
little bit
soup.
That's the hangover soup. Yeah.
Ah, that's so good.
I'm surprised you like that. Being such a there's scallions and shit in there.
Yeah, I
too.
take that out. But just the meat and the soup
the
itself.
meat just melts right off.
And when you're done with all the meat, the nice thing about that, it's called pork backbone stew or soup or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And it's supposed to be good for hangovers. Nothing works for a hangover. But anyway, that is so good because you can get spicy one, you can get mild ones or not spicy. I think all of them are a little bit spicy.
Yeah, they're red.
So yeah, if you can't really handle spicy food, like I have a friend, Basil, sorry Basil, but I took him there and then told the lady no spicy, like nothing, and yeah, he was sweating. Like, yeah, he's really bad with spicy food. Anyway, so that food is so delicious and it's bony, but there's so much meat on it as well. So you sit there and you break off the bones and you break off the meat and you eat it like that. And when you're done, you take that broth that's left and you mix it with your rice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like it's sometimes you get lucky and you get these big chunks of meat. Sometimes you get a lot more bone than meat.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get this big chunk and it just looks like ribs.
Yeah.
Like a rack of ribs.
And it's been cooked for a long time, so it literally falls off the bone.
Yeah, you just shake it. Literally, you just shake
and
it and it just falls off.
Yeah.
And you use your spoon to scrape off the rest of the meat, right? It's all good.
My mouth is watering.
And then if you dip it in the sauce, they have like the soy sauce with
Yeah,
wasabi, and you dip the meat in there.
Yeah, is that the one with sabi? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really good
yeah.
too. Yeah, and then you mix it with the rice. Sometimes, so you're probably talking about your personal bowl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they have the big bowls too,
Yeah.
where you put it in the middle of the table.
The 감자탕.
Yeah, or the 해장국 too.
Oh, big one?
Yeah,
Oh,
they have
okay.
the big one too. And what you do is, I think it's 감자탕 actually. Yeah, 해장국 you only get the smaller ones.
I think so, yeah. But you get different ones. You get kimchi one or a different one?
So they have the 묵은지 kimchi one. 묵은지 means like really ripe kimchi, like overly ripe kimchi. So it's
Okay.
very sour. It's strong. But
Like
it's good.
fermented longer?
Super fermented. Yeah. So what you do is if you get the 감자탕 and you get the one in the middle, the big pan. Usually, what a lot of Koreans do is they mix rice with seaweed and some vegetables and carrots and stuff like that, and they make fried rice with the soup base, and that's fucking good. That's
What
what
is
you
that
have to
called?
get. You just say 볶음밥.
볶음밥.
볶음밥 means fried rice.
That's
in
right,
Korean.
볶음밥.
Yeah, 볶음밥.
But there's also many places do different styles of 볶음밥.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every place is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the seaweed.
Really?
I
Do
fucking
you
hate
even
seaweed.
taste that seaweed? when
Yeah,
you're
man.
in the
it's
fried
disgusting.
rice?
I hate seaweed. Ugh. That's why I can't do kimbap either.
Oh my god, kimbap is so good.
No, the last time I ate kimbap, I almost vomited. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
You almost threw up?
Yeah.
Kimbap is
Just
so
I can't.
good.
Yeah, because Brad actually, we went out to Samsan one night. We ready to go party for the night, but neither of us have eaten anything. So like we got to get something in the stomach before we start drinking. So it's like, let's stop at the CU and get a kimbap. It's like, I hate it, but I have to eat something, and that's all they had was kimbap. So I ate, and it was a tuna
Oh, they
kimbap.
got like sandwiches and shit there.
This plate was empty.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, let's go to CU. You eat your kimbap, I'll eat something else.
Yeah.
There was nothing left. It was only kimbap. I was like, shit. And yeah, I took one and I almost puked. So I was like, nah.
Jesus Christ, you're such a sensitive little person, bro.
I am. I am.
All right, so tying back to the hobbies,
Yes.
a lot of these hobbies, it's, you know, when you go off to do hobbies or when you go off to do sports, a lot of this, it's really to meet new people, play with your friends.
Yeah.
And then a lot of it has to do with eating and drinking afterwards, right? So we were talking about hiking.
So, sorry, just on that point. So you guys need to keep in mind everything that you do in Korea will eventually lead back to food or alcohol.
Yeah.
It's just so part of the culture. It's
Literally
so ingrained.
everything.
Yeah, because I mean, if you take on the list we have things to do, right? So if you go sporting events in Korea is so much fun,
Yeah.
right? If you go watch baseball games, if you go watch soccer games or whatever games you go watch, right? It's so much fun, and what you do there, you see people drinking and you see people eating.
That's why they go.
That's
they
why they
don't care
go.
about the game.
Yeah, no one cares about the game.
No, they just go to get
and
drunk.
the chanting on the sidelines.
Oh, dude.
Like I went to Ulsan game last year, right? Ulsan FC. They're like the best team in Korea.
Are
For
they?
the last 3 years or something. They're like
Oh.
amazing. Anyway, on the side, behind the goalpost, that whole section is like not reserved, but I mean that whole section is where you have all the people chanting. Like the hardcore fans that go to every game, they know every song, they know every player, everything. They don't stop chanting the whole game through. They have songs, they have this, and each chant for a different player.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never been to one, so I don't know, but
Yeah, I've been. It's so cool, and you sit there and you're like I said, I don't care about the soccer. I don't really watch soccer.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere is so nice.
I know a lot of people go for the cheerleaders too.
Baseball, yes.
Yeah.
Baseball, yeah. Cheerleaders in
cheerleaders.
baseball,
And they're constantly dancing, right?
they don't stop. Yeah, they
They
don't
don't
stop.
stop. Sometimes they'll sit down in between plays, like
Maybe, yeah. But also
It's
they
like
get
after
they
every
also
play.
get the crowd going, and
Yeah.
also you have different sections. You have the home team and the away team. Like we booked a ticket to go to Busan, all right, but we didn't know which side was home team or away team. So we wanted to support Busan because that's closest to Ulsan. So we're like, let's go support Busan, and we ended up sitting on the Seoul section. Like well, now we're supporting Seoul. So we cheer along, and then they also have the chants. Obviously, we don't know any of the chants, but at least you know the name. If you see the name on the screen, then you know, oh, the name's coming soon. Then da 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 da, you know. And so we ended up supporting Seoul, and they ended up killing Busan like 13-1 or 13-2
in a baseball
in a
game.
baseball game. They even
Jesus
stopped like at the
Christ.
7th inning or something. They stopped.
Jesus. There's a rule for that. Oh no, that's a shutout. That's if the other team doesn't get any runs.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know baseball
No,
either.
me neither.
But yeah, sporting events. Do yourself a favor. Go do it. It's so much fun.
You're either going to be drinking and eating at the actual event or afterwards.
Or afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, every single one. I can't think of a single one where you don't do something after. Even like if you meet for your friend for cafes.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a cafe,
Yeah.
you're gonna sit there for about 2-3 hours just talking bullshit, drinking coffee, whatever.
Ordering a little scone or
Yeah,
or
and
a
like taking 2 hours to
croissant.
eat that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, just hurry up and eat.
But I must say, like, we spoke about in previous episodes about there are cafes everywhere in Korea.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in the middle of nothing and nowhere. There'll be a cafe there.
There's even alleys dedicated just for cafes, and that always has boggled my mind because from a business perspective, it doesn't make sense to set up shop right next to each other.
yeah.
But it's big thing in Korea.
Yeah.
Like there, if one place does really well with a certain thing,
Yeah.
you get 5 right next to each other.
Yes.
And then it becomes like this area, like this zone for this type of food or this type of
Yeah.
whatever, right?
And also like for the women or the girls in Korea, they love going to these cafes and obviously taking pictures of, because it's nice inside. Let's be
is.
honest, it's
It
pretty
is.
nice. Some of those cafes, I'm not talking about your franchises and stuff like
No,
that,
no.
but like these little unique.
Oh.
The unique ones. Yes, some of those are so nice. There's one up close to Megok Megok.
Are you talking about the one with the bread on the first floor? there's like a huge row aisle of bread right in the middle next to the cash register?
No, not that one.
Or the one with the outdoor area?
The outdoor with the garden
Yeah.
and the plants, and
Yeah,
this thing has like
yeah.
3 floors.
Yeah, and then you can sit on those steps.
Yes.
Have you seen the beanbags on those steps? There's beanbags on those steps. And I sold 2 of my beanbags to them because
Oh, yeah?
they were looking to make that area like a beanbag steps area.
That
Oh.
is so nice, and you can go sit out. And there's like even a secluded area out in a yard where you can sit by yourself.
Yeah, it's like a little garden. It's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
And Korean cafes, I mean, that's what they're. The coffee is good in a lot of the places, but what they really go for is it Instagrammable?
Is it Instagrammable?
That's what they
Exactly.
go for. It's like they try to make these little pockets where you can take selfies. They have a lot of mirrors where you
Yeah.
can just with like these English words on there that none of them fucking make sense. Like
Yeah.
you look at them, it's like, what are you talking about? Go live your life in a fun-free zone, like some bullshit statement.
If the grammar is right.
If
yeah.
the grammar's right, and it's like you look at it, you're like, no, this
Yeah.
is stupid. But
It's like the T-shirts.
yeah, and like the Korean teachers, like, oh my god, bro. Yeah, and like they love English,
Yeah.
but they're
We
just not.
know us. That's
Yeah,
on
oh
the
yeah, like a
T-shirt.
logo. We know us.
We know us.
I know me. I know I.
Yeah.
Like what?
What are you talking about? Oh,
Yeah,
That's
but people
hilarious.
go ape shit over that.
Yeah, but they
love it.
like the kids with the T-shirts.
Yeah.
It's like, do you even know what that means?
No, it's like
I don't
it's
care.
nice,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's a big thing about Korea is a lot of the places, a lot of businesses, their interior decoration is so nice because that's how you attract customers in
Mm-hmm. That
Korea.
is, yeah.
You got to make it Instagrammable. Like
Yeah,
that's,
like
that's it.
I get, like I said, the coffee could be mediocre. It doesn't matter.
No.
As long as that place is nice on the inside,
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'll be fine.
As long as you have influencers, that's a big thing in Korea too. Influencers
Yeah.
coming and taking photos and uploading on blogs and Instagram, like you're set. You
Yeah.
know,
Like so many times, when I was with my girlfriend, she would say, "Let's go to this cafe." Why? No, because I saw it on this post, and this post had like a
Yeah,
million.
how does she find it? She
million
finds it on
views.
Instagram,
Yeah,
yep.
this post has a million views. This
Yep.
cafe looks so great. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's nice inside. Coffee.
yeah, yeah.
But at least, Dick, we went where this famous person went.
It's like a new bucket list for the MZ generation.
So,
It's like we have to go to all these cafes and like spend all this money. They charge $5 for a cup of fucking coffee, bro.
that's a good price.
I mean, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
cheaper side. Usually it's up to like 7,
Yeah,
8 now.
some places.
I prefer like going to like the Venti where you can get a coffee. I love that place.
Venti
bro.
is the best.
Oh, dude, that place, Hasamdong. So, while we're talking about coffee real quick, there's a few different kind of price zones for these coffees, I think, right?
What do you mean?
What I mean by is like you get like these cheap stores, cheap franchises.
Yeah.
Like you got Hasamdong, Venti, Blue Shack. Oh, there's
What's
so
that other
many.
one? Like 10,000 cc or 1,000
10
cc?
cc, 1000 cc.
1,000 cc.
1000 cc, and their whole thing is like they got this big ass liter of like it's a liter,
A liter, yeah.
right? It's just big ass drink,
Yeah.
and it's super cheap.
Like a huge coffee like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So you got like that's kind of like I wouldn't even call those lower end though. It's cheaper end, but it doesn't. I prefer their coffee. coffee
Venti,
is
the
good.
taste of Venti coffee
Venti
for me
coffee
is the best
good.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, man.
And
So-
it just so happens to be cheaper than the other ones too. Starbucks coffee,
burnt,
come on.
so burnt.
You know it as well. Well, I don't know about American Starbucks or whatever, but
No,
Korean
same shit.
Korean Starbucks is shit.
It's burnt.
It's
Everything is
beautiful. The food's good. Like, the food's
burnt.
nice.
Yeah, the bakery stuff.
The food's good in the Starbucks. Coffee wise, normal coffee, it's not good, bro.
No, if you ever go to Starbucks, don't ever get the iced Americano. You
Sorry,
can get
sorry, Starbucks,
No,
but
yeah.
get your shit together.
no, but their mixed drinks are good. Like
Yeah.
all their mixed shit.
The
is
mixed
all
stuff
sweet.
is great, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But just the normal
The
coffee.
espresso, the coffee is terrible. It's terrible. Blue Shack apparently has the best. No, is it Blue Shack? Yeah, Blue Shack apparently has the best lattes. Something about their lattes is really
Yeah.
good, and their price point is good. There's 10%, like Venti, Hasamdong, Blue Shack. Those are kind of like the major ones,
Yeah.
right?
Make
Yeah.
sure this thing stays on.
Yeah. So you got those kind of like on the cheaper end, but the quality of their coffee is actually very good, in my personal opinion. Except Hasamdong. Hasamdong tastes like soy sauce to me.
Really?
Yeah, something about their coffee just tastes like soy sauce. But you got that, and then you've got like your franchise, your bigger franchises like Idia, Tusum, Starbucks. There's one more. There's a few more.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
few more.
But then you got like these big franchise coffee shops where their coffee is really not that good. I've never had a good coffee at any of those places. And then you've got like these little boutique shops, right? And that's where the interior is I mean, even the franchises, the interior is
It's
nice.
nice. It's nice.
But
yeah.
the boutique shops have like their own personal flair and color, and like the
Yes.
interior is super nice.
And like cute little plants
Yeah.
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
so-
yeah. And they really put a lot of effort into it because
Yes,
that's how they
sure.
stand out.
Mhm.
But those places, the coffee's a hit or a miss. Like I've had great coffee, and then I've had coffee that's worse than Starbucks. Like it's really one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's the coffee, and yeah, if for coffee lovers coming to Korea, this is you'll be in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the hobbies is like just go hop around, check out a different. I know a lot of, and I don't mean to be sexist, but a lot of women like to do this on the weekend where they check out the next new cafe and just hop around and take pictures and try the coffee,
Yeah.
check out the environment. So it's a hobby, right?
I guess it is a
Yeah,
hobby. Yeah.
yeah.
A
I
lot
know-
of people do it.
And Korea, I know other countries don't allow this, but you can sit at a coffee shop for as long as you like. Usually, you have to order a drink, but they'll never kind
I
of.
see a lot of people just studying there.
And that's what it is. That's
Yeah.
what the point I'm getting to is like people can sit there for 5-6 hours, order one coffee, and you'll see a lot of people just plugged in with their headphones, just
Yeah.
studying. But the atmosphere is good. It's a good place to study, right?
Yeah, I used to do one-on-one lessons
Yeah,
at coffee shops.
and it's great too. Yeah, that's good publicity. First of all, because then it's like, oh, you do lessons. Like, hey, can I do lessons with you? I was like, yeah, give me money, and why not? You know.
But I
good
hated it.
publicity. Oh,
I hate
it's
it.
money, bro. Yeah, the other hobbies that we talked about, I think hiking. We want to talk about soccer and I don't know much about ultimate frisbee in Korea.
Yeah, well, I just want to touch on that. So, personally, I don't play soccer. I'm a rugby guy, golf guy, whatever. I don't play soccer. But in Korea, there are many spots you can play. You can join football clubs, soccer teams, right? I have a Greek friend, Manuel. He plays soccer and he always plays soccer. There are these little, what's it like, indoor futsal?
Yeah,
those-
futsal.
Futsal.
Do you know what that is? Like, is that a term that's used everywhere else or just in Korea?
No, I think it comes from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know
Maybe.
what I thought it was.
I
a
don't know where
Korean
it
thing.
comes from, but yeah, no, that's the international
Futsal,
thing. Futsal, yeah.
Futsal.
Yeah.
And Koreans call it futsal. Let's go play
Futsal.
futsal.
No.
Futsal. Yeah.
I played that in South Africa, but we don't call it futsal. I think we just call it indoor.
Soccer. But it's
indoor
not always
soccer.
indoor. It's not always indoors.
No, I don't mean like indoor, but in a net.
No, like there's indoor places too, though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
actual indoor places.
No, I mean in South Africa we just play in a net.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but not inside a building, but just
Right.
like yeah.
Yeah, Koreans love soccer, so if you
Yeah.
like soccer, you can play anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, no, you can play everywhere, and even like you'll get public places where you can go out and play, and there's nets and all those type of things.
Yeah, the thing about Korea is like a lot of these kids, they want to make it as a soccer star.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to go to the army. Like if they win a championship, blah blah blah. They have all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
good benefits of being
yeah.
a soccer star. And
That's why the under 19s and under 20 or under 21s they always try and win the World Cup or
Oh, yeah.
win the Asian Cup, so they don't have to
the
go to army. Yeah.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, all Koreans have to serve in the army for I think it's 15 months now. I think it went down.
Oh,
It used to
really?
be like 2 years,
yeah.
like 24 months.
Mm.
But it's like that 15 or 18 months. Whatever
If you're
the case.
eligible, though.
A lot of people try to scheme their way out of that.
Yeah.
Pretend they're sick. Apparently, if you have a skin allergy, you can get exempt.
Oh really?
Yeah, I know some people that have.
I know a guy back in Chungju. He never went to the military, and I asked him why, but I always tried to avoid it.
Oh.
I was like, why didn't you go to military? Like, obviously there was something wrong, but like he never told me exactly. But he seemed normal.
Oh.
So maybe he just like maybe schemed his way out of it, or because there was physically nothing wrong with him that I could see.
Yeah, maybe it's something you couldn't see.
Maybe it was like maybe it was a little bit crazy.
Maybe like a mental thing. That's
maybe it's
crazy.
schizo.
Yeah, maybe, because you don't want to because you get guns.
Yeah.
You get there. You don't want a guy going in there fucking tossing a grenade while you're sleeping
imagine?
and just blow everybody up. Like
Night, everyone.
yeah, like it was fun. I'll see you guys later on the other side.
Yeah.
Right. So soccer, you see kids in school, and in other countries they'll play other. I don't know. From America, you don't see kids playing soccer. You'll see them playing basketball or football.
Yeah.
Maybe even ultimate frisbee, but everywhere you go in Korea, all the kids are playing
Play
soccer.
soccer. Well, I don't know about the schools, but there are basketballs also pretty big here. Like a lot of
Is
kids
it?
also play basketball. Yeah, there are basketball courts everywhere, almost similar to the soccer.
They like the NBA.
Yeah.
They like the NBA.
Yeah.
And then soccer. Did you know there's like soccer high schools, soccer middle schools, and soccer high schools?
No.
So kids that are fairly decent, they go to like this school that's just for soccer.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, and they just
Like private school or what?
I don't exactly know. I know some friends who have children going to these schools,
Okay.
and I'll try to find out. But they literally just travel around Korea playing soccer and competing against other teams, and they're trying to become professionals. I think that's their goal. So
Shit. Okay.
yeah, that's how big soccer is.
Yeah.
But yeah, soccer ultimate. I never saw ultimate frisbee in Korea. I would love to play.
For foreigners, I know there are leagues in Korea where they do play ultimate frisbee. I'm sure it's in the bigger cities.
Yeah.
There's also, do you know Gaelic?
What?
Yeah, it's called Gaelic.
No.
I think it's like a Irish game, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. Okay.
It's like soccer / rugby / fucking. I'm not sure. I've never played it, but I know in Busan and Seoul, they are looking for. It was also in the Korean Times. They posted something about that. They're looking for players, and there's a lot of foreigners that play it, and a lot of Koreans that also play it. So for some of the British people, Gaelic, you can go play that.
Speaking of which, Korean newspapers, Korean Herald, you guys need to give us a shout out because we posted that video about Carrot Market.
Yeah,
and they just recently put up.
And then they just put up something about Carrot Market. How convenient.
Yeah. So, you know,
What a
we're watching you. We're watching you. Yeah. Okay, so Gaelic and then...
So Gaelic. And the same goes for Ultimate Frisbee. In the bigger cities, I know they do play Ultimate Frisbee.
Okay.
I never played, but I heard of other foreigners that used to play that.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you guys are into Ultimate Frisbee, you can go do that. Like we said, rugby, soccer, Ultimate Frisbee. One of my friends currently, he's playing softball in Daejeon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So you can join softball leagues.
Dude, those softball pitches are no joke, man. They're underhand, so you underestimate it.
Yeah.
That's no joke. It's fast.
No. I'm sure you can join baseball teams as well.
Probably
Basketball. Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
The bigger sports, I think, are fishing. Korea loves fishing, and they fucking love camping.
Yeah.
They love camping. Those two things, and like they invest so much money into camping and fishing.
Yeah,
those
you must see
things.
the setups that they have.
Oh my god!
I went
bro.
Camping in Chungju the one day, right?
No.
So myself and Fred actually, because we went to Chungju for the Saturday, my friend's birthday, and then we drove back, and then halfway out we stopped and we camped for the night.
Oh.
And we had a tent, a blow-up mattress. We had our little fire, like a barbecue to make a fire. Braai to make a fire, and then
Braai.
that's what we call it in South Africa.
Okay.
Braai.
Charcoal.
The actual.
Oh, like
the box where you put the coal.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the act is also called the braai, of cooking your meat, braai.
Okay.
Anyway, so we set up our stuff. We had 2 camping chairs, the braai, the tent, and the mattress, right? We didn't even have a sail or cover or anything.
Yeah.
Sitting there in the sun, tanning. Right next to us on both sides, it looks like permanent setups that they have.
It's like a house.
There's a refrigerator, a TV, a this and that. We were just sitting in the middle like these 2 poor fucking foreign kids.
Yeah, bro.
And they have these things set up. The setups are insane.
They're fucking sick. And that's why they spend so much money, because it's because like how you felt. You do that one time and you're like, shit, I gotta buy some more shit.
That's actually
right?
true. After that, I've been checking out. I was like, I need
That's
more
what
chairs.
happens.
I need this. I need that.
Happens. Yeah. And they say there's an old Korean saying something about, for women, don't ever marry a man that likes fishing, because fishing is along the same lines. The equipment is insanely expensive, and Koreans love spending money on the best of the best, right? Like it's a status symbol.
It's a status, yeah.
It's a status symbol, and that's why they love luxury brands.
The golf as well.
Oh my god, yeah, with the golf too. We talked about that, right? But those two, and like camping, there's no end. There's no end to upgrading your gear for camping. Like it just gets more and more expensive.
And then the newest thing gets released, and then
it's
like what is it called? Keeping up with the Joneses, right?
Yeah. And it's like it's just a competition. It's less about the camping experience and more about you going to show off your shit.
But that's the thing. Now we sat there and we looked at these people and it's like, how is this camping?
No, it's not.
It's not camping.
It's like setting up a place so you're as close to home as possible.
Yeah.
Just outside.
That's like another home
Yeah.
that just sets up a little bit quicker. But that's not camping, man.
No, it's like you go there and then you end up just playing on your phones. And it's
that's what they did.
That's not what camping is.
We saw them watching TV the whole time.
It's like, do that shit
at night.
home.
so late at night they made a fire eventually. Made a fire, they cooked marshmallows, took a photo, and they went back inside.
It's crazy. It's like the camp, and you can tell just by the areas where you can camp that it's not real camping. Like when you think camping, it's glamping, right? But when you think camping, you think in the middle of the woods, East Bumblefuck, just nothing.
No toilet.
Nothing. And you use the fucking leaves to wipe your ass, like, that's camping.
Real camping.
Yeah. And like you might get attacked by a bear or a tiger, and you're kind of like, well, fuck, how do I protect myself? Like, it's the thrill of that experience, being in the wilderness. That's camping.
Surviving.
Yeah. But in Korea, camping is more of, first of all, it's an equipment brag.
Yeah.
Second of all, and I'm not trying to shit. I love it. I love the experience.
It's great. Don't get us wrong. It's great.
No, it's great.
But don't think of camping the way foreigners would think of camping.
No.
It's not the same thing.
No. It's about just finding luxury outdoors. And that's as close to camping.
Maybe it's just for them, like, it's nice to get out the city, But it's
like you put in all that work to set up all your shit, and then you just sit there, like, you do the same thing you do at home, except it's just outside. Yeah. And then you spend so much time putting all that back.
But it is nice to get out of the city.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. The air is nicer.
Especially Korean cities, it's hectic. That's why I don't want to live in the big cities.
Yeah.
But also when you go to these camping sites, you'll see that 99% of them will have a little store or like the information desk or the front desk or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they have a little store where you can buy ramyuns and you can buy ice and you can buy water and you can buy this and this and that. And then there's also showers, toilets, all of that. So yeah, it's not camping. It's
you can't camp anywhere you want. That's what it comes down to, is like there's designated zones where you can go camping.
And you mean like out on the mountain?
No, you can't like start camping in the middle of the mountain.
No,
yeah. But that's what camping is. That's what you're supposed to do. But in Korea, there's just designated areas, and it's like parking lots.
Yeah. And the same with like fires and stuff. You are not allowed to just go outside and make a fire anywhere you want.
Especially in the mountains.
In the mountains.
You're going to get chased out of the country, and you're going to have to pay a big ass fine for that.
Yeah.
Don't smoke when you're in the mountains, because they'll find out it's your cigarette butt. They'll find out. Like, that's how, if a fire starts because you threw a cigarette butt in the mountain, you would think they won't know? Oh, they'll know. They'll know it's you.
I don't know how.
All those CCTVs, bro.
In the mountain?
I don't know how either, but it's just the DNA evidence or whatever the case.
Maybe they track you down the same way they used to do with COVID. Check the CCTV, track you down.
Track you all the way across.
Like there were 10 people on this mountain at this time.
Like what time did the fire start?
Maybe
and
that's all that.
Yeah, and then don't throw your cigarette butts out of the highway. Don't throw it out your window on the highway, because what can end up happening is that cigarette butt flies into the mountain and starts a fire. Like it's happened.
Yeah, wildfires do get out of hand. Sometimes.
Yeah. So, a little bit about camping and smoking. So in these camping lots, you have to pay to rent the lot, and then you can set up. They have electricity. They have bathrooms. They have stores. Like, it's glamping.
It's nice, and it's not that expensive either.
No.
But the thing is, for some of the spots, you need to book months in advance, not weeks. Not like I want to go camping next week, 2 weeks. No. Full.
No.
So you need to book months in advance.
And it's especially true for the ones that are actually closer to the wilderness, the ones that feel more like a real camping experience. Those are the most popular ones, right? Like you can go to an empty, desolate parking lot and camp, and you can do that whenever. But like the ones in the mountains where they set aside
the nice ones with the nice views,
where it actually feels like camping.
Next to a lake, next to a river, those ones.
6-7 months in advance, bro. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna have time to go over.
We do have time, a little bit more.
Well, not the birth rate, but
again, we're skipping it again.
Well, we gotta talk about the Pisabang and Ludabangs, because we're not gonna talk about hobbies the next time again.
No, but we can touch on Pisabang and Norabang next time.
Okay, low birth rates.
Yeah, we can't skip it again.
No, that's true. It's the birth rate it's what's it down to? I don't know the exact percentage. I'm gonna look this up while you
look that up quickly.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So we said, we want to touch on some of the topics in Korea that might be concerning, and one of the things that always makes the news in Korea is the low birth rate, and tied with that one is also the low marriage rate in Korea. So people are not getting married and people are not having babies. And there are a lot of factors as to why that is the case.
I found it.
Okay, what is it?
Guess.
I don't know how the birth rate works. I don't know, like percentage or
it's the number. So the statistic is the number of children a woman is expected to have in her lifetime.
In her lifetime?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say less than 1.
Of course.
Okay, 0.4.
No, that's too low.
Too low.
0.72.
72.
And that's because it dropped another 8%. So previously it was 0.72 times 1.08, which
So drop 0.8%.
No. Like from the previous number, it fell 8% to 0.72. So you got to do the math. I don't know. It's not like from 8.72% to 0.72%.
Okay.
Yeah, but whatever the case, it's probably like 0.77
Okay, whatever.
to like 0.72, right?
The point is it's low.
Yeah, and this is basically so, and it's kind of funny because it means that in a lifetime, in a woman's lifetime, I think the easier way to think about it is if you have 100 women, I mean, if you think about it like this, it's not that low. If you have 100 women, 72 will have babies.
No. I don't think that's how it's worked out.
If you have one woman with a chance of having 0.72 babies in your lifetime,
I see it as one woman, right? She will probably not have one child.
she has a 72% chance of having a child.
72?
No, that feels high though.
Yeah, that's too high.
No, that's not how the math works, right?
Yeah. If you guys know, let us know how it works, because
Tell us the math.
obviously we're a bunch of idiots sitting here. But
Yeah.
it's low.
So for a population to hold steady, that number should be 2.1.
2.1.
It should be 2.1.
So each woman should have 2 children.
Should have 2 babies,
Yeah.
right? And I think it's not just Korea.
We're
I mean,
far away from that.
No, very
Even
far.
China, Japan.
Japan has this problem. China is starting to have this problem, but they already have so many people. I don't think it's going to make a dent.
No, but the thing is, they're losing that working class,
Because
right?
there's
Because
less
that working class is going to go out, and then no one can replace the workforce that China has.
No.
And that's going to topple the economy.
Yeah, especially because they're it's just manpower. That's how they're
Exactly, yeah.
killing it and lowering their
Yeah.
economy costs.
So for Korea, it's fine because it's not fine. Sorry,
No.
Korea is not fine because the problem is schools are closing. Elementary schools are closing because no one's there to fill up the classes.
Yeah.
I saw a post in the week again of one of the foreigners in Korea saying that, guys, we need help. Do you guys have any ideas how we can get more students into our school? Because first grade they've got 1 student, second grade 0, third grade 5 students, fourth grade whatever the case is.
Jesus.
And that's a public elementary school, not a hagwon anything. Public elementary school. These
Jesus.
schools are closing down because there's no one filling up the schools. How bad is that?
Well, I mean, on the other side, what you also have is, like, Korea is very prestigious. It's very competitive. So what you end up happening is, it's on the flip side, it's good opportunities for children. If you have children, your children will have better opportunities than us in their lifetime.
That's one positive side of
That's
it.
one positive
But
thing.
if you look in the future, in the long run,
Oh.
they're gonna have no one to compete against.
They're gonna have nobody to marry and have kids with.
Exactly.
Well, that and I think that's why the country itself is having this whole initiative where they're trying to lure foreigners.
Okay, so
into
let's
this
touch on
country.
some of the reasons why that's happening, right?
On why the birth rate is
On
so low.
why the birth rate is so low.
Okay.
All right. So first one is money,
Yeah.
right? That's a huge one.
It's
I saw a thing that said on average it costs about, let's say, roughly 1.5 million won a month for a child.
at least, yeah.
At least 1.5
In your
million.
lifetime, the lifetime cost of raising a child is 150 million won. I think I saw that number somewhere.
Okay, but per month is a bit easier to work out. Because I don't know how much
guess.
money I'm going to make in a lifetime.
But that number kind of like fluctuates as the kid gets older.
Yeah,
and
sure.
stuff, yeah.
Right, but roughly you're looking at 1.5 million won. So let's say you're a foreigner coming into Korea and you get pregnant or you get someone pregnant and now you need to cough up 1.5 million won.
No.
Where's that money going to come from?
Half your salary.
Half
at
your
least.
salary is gone.
If
More than
that,
half.
yeah.
If you're lucky, that's half your salary.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of money for a child.
It is. It is.
And then I don't know if that includes after school hagwons, math hagwon, this hagwon, that hagwon.
no, so
Because that's also drains a lot of pockets.
yeah, I was doing this class and one of my students recently had a child. And what we did was we sat
Just
there
say
in
you had an
class,
adult class, please.
as opposed to a children's class. Okay.
Well, you
Of course.
said I had this class, and then one of my students had a child.
Okay. I can see how that can be.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume people don't think, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the adult
He
class.
also teaches adults.
I teach adults. Jesus
It's
Christ.
fucking hell.
Oh my God. Like I talk about like it's nothing. Like, oh, just some kid that had another kid.
Yeah.
Like it's normal.
Like if this was South Africa, yeah. Okay, and
Yeah, no,
carry
no.
on.
No, an adult person.
Yeah.
He had a class. Shout out to Sam. Good luck with your baby. And he, what we did was one of these classes, we sat there and we literally calculated the cost of raising a baby. I don't remember the exact number, but what it came down to was certain areas give you a lot of incentive to have a baby,
Yeah.
monetary incentive.
Well, that's one thing the government's trying to do.
They're
now,
trying to
right?
do that to incentivize you, right? And what it is it works out so that in the first year, you get enough money from the government to actually save some money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's not the first year that's important. That's
It's after that.
yeah. So it's actually if you don't save that money in the first year,
You're gonna be screwed the next year.
you're screwed, right? So you'll actually have a little bit of a surplus in the first year, and then things start getting more expensive, and you get less money.
And then eventually in the future, you're also going to be fighting against inflation.
Yeah, and I think the government's effort is good, but if they're gonna do something like this, it has to be the other way around, where you should get more money as the kid gets older.
Yeah.
And that's really the only way to incentivize true growth in terms of like monetary growth, right?
Yeah.
But it's it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Money is one of the reasons that's chasing
Yeah.
people away.
Yeah. That's really the big one. And money ties into a lot of different things, right? So you're talking about money, the cost of raising a child. That's one aspect of money. The second aspect is the cost of housing. So
Housing or
this,
society.
the whole Korean belief, the culture is embedded in this belief that when you get married and you want to have children, you need to have your own house.
Yes.
And our parents' generation, our parents' generation, that's how it happened. You secured the house, and the whole thing being the man brings the house and the woman furnishes the house, and that's how a marriage gets done. It was basically like a contract between the two parents.
Is that also why you have so many adults, like Korean adults, still living with their parents at 30
Trying to
years
save
old,
money.
35 years old?
They're trying to save money so they can buy
Until
their
they
own
get
house.
married, which
No.
it looks like it's not going to happen.
No, and that's what happens is basically, so that's how it used to be. It's a little less now. Like for example, myself, I'm a foreigner. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get a loan. I don't have money,
Yeah.
right? So we it's like, hey, we should get a loan together. We should work together. We should try to pay it off together. And that's kind of the agreement I have with my current girlfriend, who will, future wife, current girlfriend,
Yeah.
etc. Right?
But it's common for you to, like, if you go out and you meet girls or whatever, and it's very common for them to say, I still live with my parents, I need to go home now.
Yeah.
Like I have a curfew. Or
Yeah,
whatever. Like,
and
it's so
men
common.
too.
Men too. Yeah.
And that's the only way you can save money now, right?
Yeah.
And the cost of housing, the real estate prices have gone up, and I think it'll continue to go up only because South Korea, the land is so limited.
Yeah.
Like you can only build so many houses here.
Of course.
Right? So that's one of the bigger ones is like, well, I have to buy a house, I have to do this, I have to do that. And on top of having the cost of baby, the whole mindset is shifting in a way where they're saying, instead of having a baby, I would rather use that money on myself. And that's kind of where the state of the economy is I don't want to I don't even have enough of myself to enjoy my life. How am I going to raise a kid and let him
course.
enjoy his life, right?
Yeah.
And it all has to do with inflation. It has to do with the cost of living.
Yeah.
It has to do with cost of living going up faster than inflation.
So that's the thing. So money is
Faster than salary, sorry.
Yeah. So money is definitely one of the biggest issues.
Yeah.
And then another issue that ties in with that is marriage in Korea, right? Not a lot of people are getting married anymore. You can see that rate, new record low, same
Yeah.
as the birth rate, like they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And now I saw it actually went up a little bit last year, the marriage rate, but also thanks to foreigners getting married in Korea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because roughly there's about 1 million foreigners in Korea, a little bit more than 1 million foreigners in Korea.
Wow.
And what was it? I think it was 1 in 5 of those. No, I might be mistaken.
No.
We'll put the link in the description. The Korean Herald. There's a link in the. We'll put the link up. But the stats are in there. But foreigners actually helped with the marriage in Korea. Funny enough, one of those stats were like the majority of those marriages were Korean men marrying foreign women.
Oh, mail order brides, bro. Vietnamese mail order brides. Yeah.
Vietnamese was number one.
Yep.
And then there was Chinese, and I think Thailand was the other one.
Mail order
Thai
brides.
people.
That's all
So
it is.
that's those three.
Yeah.
And then not a lot of for number one, Korean women getting married to the other nationalities was number one was American, and then Chinese and whatever.
And that ties back into the same reason, monetary wise, for people not getting married, is like they just don't have enough money to get a marriage. Like it's like it goes back to even before you and your wife. It goes just back to yourself, and it's like, you know, I'm living with my parents and I'm kind of just barely surviving, and I'm trying to save some money, but like, what can I do? I'm not gonna get married at this rate. I'll wait. And
so
then
it's not. So it's not.
It's not for a lack of love.
So the problem doesn't lie with the Korean woman.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
It might. I mean, maybe Korean women have very high expectations, and the Korean men aren't able to meet those expectations to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Look, they get brainwashed from these Korean dramas, man. Korean dramas brainwash.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
you know?
and
but all these K-pop stars and these and that, and you know, like social media,
and they're so exposed at such a young age.
And also, let's be honest, Korean women are beautiful.
Oh yes,
you guys are beautiful,
of course,
right?
Top of the top,
top of the top. Of course, I can't disagree, right? No. But at the same time, a lot of them know it.
Oh, of course.
You know,
of course,
a lot of them know.
Oh,
it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they use that to their advantage, right? And it's like, I think the women's mentality is also like, I don't need a man because I can go on Instagram, show off, and make a shit ton of money,
and I can get 10 men to do whatever I want.
Yeah,
100 men, 1,000 men.
I don't want to get tied down and have a baby and ruin my body. Like, I understand that.
Yeah, of course.
Right? If you're doing well for yourself, it's like there's no reason to go through that process if it's not a priority. Yeah.
You are not forced to have a baby.
No.
Yeah, it's not your job.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not. So, you know, nobody's forcing you, and we understand why this is happening.
But one of the answers might be to make it easier for foreigners to get their citizenship in Korea. We can bump those numbers up.
The thing is, man, and I'm surprised that this is happening only because Koreans are so prideful in their own country.
Exactly. So patriotic.
Oh, they are. They're super patriotic, and they don't like mixing with, I mean, it's changed
but it's
now.
more the older generation, right?
Yeah. It's changed more now where they're okay with foreigners.
Yeah.
But there's still a sense of pride, man. Like, Korean pride
with the younger people, is that pride still there?
You still got the pride. Like, you'll consider it a lot more marrying somebody of a different nationality than you will consider marrying a Korean man. Like, as a Korean woman, same likewise, man, vice versa, right?
Yeah.
Before you marry somebody from a foreign country, you'll think about it a little bit more, whether it be 1% or 0.1% or 10%.
Of course, yeah.
There's something more you have to debate with yourself, and it's just built into the blood, built into your minds. Like, even me, right? Like, I've lived in America my whole life, and for me, I still want to marry a Korean woman. Like, I can't imagine marrying a foreign woman, and I don't know why. It's not that I don't like them. I love, you know, everybody. I'm not discriminating, but just something about me always said I have to marry a Korean woman, and that's just kind of just built into your DNA, I think.
But I know that a lot of these Korean women are not the easiest women to deal with, and you know what is that thing that they do? I know there's a name for it. With a Korean woman, if they don't get what they want, then they like play like a child and and then is that what it's called?
It's just pouting.
Pouting and then oppa, oppa.
Can you make a reel of you doing that? Like a 2-second clip of you just saying.
But I've seen it so many times. You see it in public, then you see the girl just like she's time for a tantrum. A grown woman, and there's like, I'm gonna tell oppa. What the fuck is going on here? You know? Oh my god.
It's hard to describe. I mean, who knows?
But it works.
Yeah.
It fucking works.
Oh, of course. No, not that. I'm talking about the birth rate.
Oh, the birth rate.
It's hard to know an exact reason, but that's what we think the factors are, right?
There are more. We don't have time to discuss the rest of the reason, but there are so many reasons why. And fertility rate, that's another one.
Fertility rate. We should continue. You know what? We should start off with this the next podcast.
Okay. Part 2 coming new. Soon.
Yeah. The next episode we'll just start with this. We'll continue talking.
And I'll have those stats handy as well. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But I'll have the stats handy next one.
And we got to talk about PC bungs and noodle bungs next, because that's going to take another 20-30 minutes, I think. Easily. Right? All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Yeah, keep subscribing, keep liking, keep viewing. Watch our reels. Follow us on Instagram. And thanks for watching.
Spread the love, guys.
Yeah, please do.
Bye-bye.
Bye.